Okay, so sorry, my rabbit freaked out, so I had to stop, and I was able to think about this a little bit more, and I wanted to tell you that not always will the ands meet together. The whole point of an and type of compound inequality is that the solution will be wherever both graphs overlap. If it's both dots and everything in between it, then that is the solution. In our case, we've got two dots going the same direction. So we have to kind of think about this as a graph over here before we put our final answer in. So like here's 0, I'm just making it over here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one of my dots, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's another one. So this one includes 4 and everything to the right of it, right? This graph starts at 10, open dot, and goes this direction. So what part of these two graphs is the overlap happening at? This is not included up here in this second inequalities graph at all. So we cannot include the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, or the 9. We can't actually even include the 10 because this is an open dot, and this is saying that 10 is a solution. That's not an overlap. But where they are the same is everything past 10. So where the overlap happens is what we're going to write for our solution. So the all the values of x greater than 10 is where these two arrows and dots overlap. And that means we're going to start at 10 and click to the right. It's going to give you a closed dot, so you'll just click on that dot and it will change to an open. So I think the default is always that it will be a closed dot. So if it is not supposed to be, and this one isn't, then click on that dot again and it should change to the open dot, okay? All right, so now we're going to look at this next one. Now this one is an OR. So an OR, we're not expecting there to be overlap. There shouldn't be, actually. We're going to get two different answers. So I'm going to solve both of these like we did. Negative 33 is greater than 5x plus 2. You can keep x on this side. If you do, you just need to make sure that when you get your final answer, I'm not saying that you have to keep x on the left side, but typically that's the way that we look at our solutions. Negative 7 is greater than x, so that means x is everything below or to the left of negative 7. So if you write it this way, where you keep x on the left or the right side, when you think about what that means, it actually means that if we switch the order, this needs to be flipped. So if negative 7 is greater than x, that means x is everything smaller than negative 7. So that's one part of our solution. And then we have the second inequality that they gave us. And I'm going to solve for x. That would be negative 10. And I'm going to divide by 5. And I get that x is less than or equal to negative 2. So here, because it's an OR, they don't both have to be. We're not interested in overlap. We're interested, this is a little bit exclusive, right? We had to exclude some part of our one of our solutions because it didn't work for both. And means it has to work for both. Or does not. Or we can pick the most inclusive solution. So what is going to include the most values? So if we think about this and we start, I'm going to put all the negatives over here. Here's negative 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's negative 7. Okay, this says less than negative 7. So everything to the left of negative 7. This says less than or equal to negative 2. Okay, which one includes more values? It's going to be this one. So with OR, we're picking the most inclusive. With and, we're picking the most exclusive, where the overlap happens. This one, we pick what has the most values included in it. It's this longer one. So I'm going to go with this answer and this graph. And remember, all you have to do is click at the number and drag it, and this will be a closed dot automatically. And if you need to change it, click on it. But the clicking and the dragging will create both the point and the line. And that is it. So good luck on this week 2 inequalities assignment, and I'll see you soon.